With the lockdown going on, it's a great time to buy a new TV, isn't it? So, this is the 6 Series TCL. This is a 55-inch QLED display. And it's going to replace my Samsung N6900 55-inch. So, I've been looking at this TV since last year, and I found it for $499. I'll put a link in the description. So, we're going to see how this is. Now, one issue with this TV is the legs are at the edge, and let me show you guys the issue I have. So as you can see on this TV, the legs are right here, kind of like offset. The new TV's legs are here, so it's not going to fit on this desk. So we're going to get rid of this desk, and I'll show you guys in a bit what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and open this up and unbox it and see what's inside. And then we'll go get some better scissors. Alright, so the box is pretty big. Wasn't expecting it to be this big. Looks like a 65-inch almost. Let's hope it didn't come damaged. Probably gonna need some help. Let me call in some reinforcements. Surprisingly, this is all metal. I'm very impressed. Just to make sure there's no obvious cracks. Alright, so it's really messy, but we're gonna put everything on this stand right here. So those down there, the glass panels go. So we're gonna mount this TV on there, and now we're gonna replace that desk. That desk is over 25 years old, by the way. Alright, so as you can see, the screws are everywhere. This desk is just chilling there, and we're making some progress, but all those wires are in the way. However, so my original plan was to put this receiver here or here, but it's too tall. And now I'm actually thinking of removing the center speaker and putting it here if the clearance allows it to, or maybe down here, although I'd prefer it here. So we're going to try that. There's a lot of wires that are visible now, and that's going to take several hours to clean up, but we'll come back once I figure that out and have a look at the TV. Alright, so as you can see, we got everything nice and tidy. The wires are as good as they're going to get. I was able to keep everything the same way. Got the subwoofer right there. You can see the wires. Everything's, looking a bit better. Looking much better back there than before. I couldn't put the center speaker where I wanted it, so I decided to leave it there, open up the grill a little bit. So we're gonna fine tune the audio system by running the calibration one more time. And yeah, so I gotta clean up a bunch of stuff. So I'll clean this up first, then we'll get where we want to. Alright, so everything is finally mounted correctly. Let me show you guys how everything looks. That's the mouse and keyboard. Got the Xbox there, switch, PDA, and then down there is all the controllers. So yeah, overall, it doesn't look bad. The only issue is now I can't use my desk with the keyboard anymore. And another upgrade I did over here is I went with a Corsair 570X. So that's the new case, although functionally wise, the other one is probably better. So everything's basically in the same place as before. Got the receiver, speakers, and everything. So yeah, let's take a look at the TV now. Alright, so immediately I can see just how nice the colors are. This is a QLED display, which is like the quantum dot technology, but the colors just look so nice. So the first thing I want to do is show you guys my settings, just so you guys have an idea. So normal, medium, and then these are all the other settings we got. And then color temperature is warm, since this is the most accurate color temperature I've noticed. But I want you guys to see this. So if I go to the game, that red looks really nice, and it's probably not being picked up properly by the camera, but what I do want to do is show you guys the view angle real quick. So let's take a look at that. So sitting straight in front of the TV, everything looks really nice. Now, if we move at an angle, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there's a pretty decent shift The colors and everything look okay, but the brightness reduces quite a bit. So directly in front, everything looks nice. And as you move to the corners, it does lose its viewing angle quite a bit. But you should be able to enjoy this with 3 to 4 people in a decent angle, no problem. So one of the cool things about this TV is you can use your phone to calibrate the display using your phone's camera, and the app is free. Now, I don't know how accurate this is, and I should have probably compared it to my spider calorimeter, but what I can say is the results were not bad, and here's an example of what it says after you calibrate the display. Now, one of the biggest reasons I like TCL's TVs is for the computer. So if we go to the computer, you will see that it looks pretty good. Now, if you want 100% accuracy, you definitely want to use movie mode, which, as you can see, reduces the colors a bit. But it's the most accurate, and in this setting, these are my settings for the PC. Now, game mode is on for everything, but input lag is incredible on the TCL TVs. You can actually use these TVs as a monitor, and this is the closest to a PC monitor as you can get. If you want to do 4K 60Hz gaming, this is definitely a TV I can highly recommend. Alright, let's talk about HDR. So there's an indicator in the top right corner that tells you when HDR is enabled, and HDR looks pretty good on this TV. One of the things I want to talk about is glow. So if we right click here, I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but there is a little glow around the white box. Now, this is an issue with almost any TV that uses local dimming, but there is a little glow or haloing around really bright objects and really black objects. And to be completely honest, on this TV, it's not that bad. Like, if I move just my mouse around, you can barely see it. But when I do something like this, that's much bigger, it's more noticeable. However, the overall experience is actually pretty good. In this example, you can see the glow kind of blown out of proportion, so you can see just how much of a difference it makes at the viewing position. And in this area, you can also see the reflection. So the TV does show reflections, and it's not super bad. This is like, the exposure is increased with the black background just to show you guys. But overall, I can say that when playing games or using the computer, this is not an issue. If you're watching movies with the lights on, you might notice the reflections a bit, but overall, like I said, this is kind of overexposed just to show you guys how the reflections look. One of the nice things I like about TCL TVs is the input lag. The TVs have really good input lag for gaming, so if you want to play at 4K 60 FPS, this is a great TV. Now, it doesn't matter whether you play PC games or whether you play console games, they both look really nice on the TV. So with that said, I can definitely recommend this TV. I'll probably give it like an 8 out of 10. It's good for like movies, it's pretty good for gaming, actually really good for gaming, and PC monitor. PC monitor and gaming, those are the two things I do, and this is perfect for that. However, if you watch sports, don't get this TV. From what I've seen online, there's like this little motion issue with sports. I haven't seen it myself, but there's lots of complaints online for sports that there's an issue. However, for everything else, I've watched movies on here, I've played games, I use it as a PC monitor every day, gaming and PC monitor every day, and for those two specific cases, it's really good. For HDR, it's not bad as long as you're doing gaming. So HDR movies, I don't know about that. They say it supports Dolby Vision. I haven't tested it out yet, but $4.99 is the price I paid. I'll put a link in the description. I think the price went up actually after shooting this video, but it's still not that bad. It's $5.49. So anyways, with that said, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.